I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Quickly Play The Outsider, which is a simple little game that I just made in a free software for interactive fiction called Twine. And in fact, I just released a new tutorial series on my other channel, my Gazworks channel, so please go check it out, as I am desperately trying to revive that channel. Anyway, this is a short and simple little game. I thought we'd go through it. We begin inside a crypt. You awaken on a cold slab of stone. Moonlight dimly illuminates the room. You can barely see your surroundings. Look around. You discover crumbling remains of dead bodies. You are trapped inside a crypt. You quickly find the door and exit the crypt. Rushing outside, the crypt door slams shut behind you. You are outside of a crypt in the middle of a cemetery. You cannot open the door. You see a fountain to the north. The cemetery gate is to the east. An old bench lies to the south. A path runs to the west. Well, I want to get out of the cemetery. Let's go to the gate. The gate to the cemetery is closed and will not budge. There must be a mechanism to open it somewhere. You see lights in the windows of a small cottage to the south. Let's go there and ask for help. The gravekeeper's cottage. Lights shine through the windows of the gravedigger's dilapidated home. The door is locked shut. Well, great. The cemetery gate is to the north and an old bench lies to the west. Let's go sit down. An old bench sits in front of you. You see lights in the window. You notice a hill rising to the west. We'll get to the hilltop and get our bearings. From the top of this small hill, you can see a dark shape far to the north. A crypt and many graves are to the northeast. Far to the east, you can see light coming from a small building. Well, we only have the path to go to. You are on an empty path surrounded by graves. You see a silhouette to the north. The crypt lies to the east, and the hill is in the south. Well, keep going north. There is a strange man muttering to himself as he looks out over the graves. You are too scared to approach him. He appears to have an old key dangling from his belt. I bet that key could open that cottage. How do we get it? Well, let's run over to the fountain to the east. In front of you is a dried-out fountain with a statue of the Grim Reaper. Many graves spread out to the east. The silhouette is to the west and the crypt is to the south. Only place left to go is the graves. Rows of graves. There are rows of graves spread out before you. You notice an open grave with a shovel near it. We'll take the shovel. Maybe we can go down to the cemetery and open it with the shovel. We cannot. Maybe we can jam the door open with the shovel. We cannot. Maybe we can go dig around on the hill. We cannot. Obviously, I know everything about this game. I'm just trying to stretch this out. Oh boy. We can hit the creepy gravedigger with a shovel. The gravedigger lies knocked out before you. Let's take his key. Alright. Let's head east to the fountain, south to the crypt, south to the bench, and east to the cottage. We can now open the door. Use the key to open the door. The musty interior is cluttered and unkempt. You see a switch to open the main gates. Flip the switch. As you reach for the switch, you notice movement to your right. As you look, you see a horrible, shambling figure staring at you. You start in fright before realizing you are looking at a mirror. Fresh horror grips you at the revelation of what you are, and you flee the cottage. Scared out of our wits, we now refuse to re-enter the cottage, but the gate is open, so let's go to the north. The gates are now open. You may leave the cemetery. Into darkness, you escape the cemetery and run into the night. You can never return to the world of man. You are no longer a part of it, merely a creature alone in the darkness. The end. Okay, so short and sweet. The story is inspired by the H.P. Lovecraft story, The Outsider, which I guess if you've read kind of gives the ending away. But anyway, I just wanted to show this off because, as I said, I have created a new tutorial series in the Gazworks channel on how to make this, so if you're interested, please go check it out, and even if you're not too interested, maybe just turn it on for background noise and help the algorithm a little bit. A while back, YouTube actually took away the partnership from that second channel because I wasn't hitting the view goal anymore. So yes, this just ended up being a shameless plug. You have been both tricked and treated. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Let's Play.